finance, a la shmup. What is disinflation? Disinflation, often confused with dat inflation, refers to the decline in inflation rates over time. In 1973, America was fully juiced with war bucks from Vietnam. Inflation hovered around the mid, going on high single digits and then higher from there, like 7% or more, depending on where you look. And then Jimmy Carter stepped in, this guy, and raised the federal rates, the Fed rates there, massively, stamping out the wild bull economy and putting the brakes on inflation. But it didn't happen until after Carter was actually out of office and Reagan took over. Inflation eventually had rocketed all the way up to about 14-ish% on an annualized basis, looking at the monthlies, in the 1980-81 period right here. Well, the crux of disinflation is that inflation is still positive, it's just becoming, less positive. How you feel not long after you say I do and the honeymoon is over and you have to take out the garbage. So under Carter, the U.S. inflation rates were attacked in a variety of ways, the biggest of which was to make the cost of renting capital very expensive, which cooled the economy. But it took a long time, note how slowly inflation rates came down and, really, it was decades before things fully stabilized. And you can see how things slowly disinflated from the raging levels that peaked at post-Vietnam era 13-14%, then slid all the way down to 1 to 3%, way down there, where it's hovered for a while. So that's disinflation. Still inflation, but just less of it. Deflation is when inflation turns negative, like prices are actually declining. And yes, we've had periods of deflation before, albeit very short ones, like in the post-mortgage crisis malaise in 2009, right here. Yes, it's rare, but it happens. Got it? Okay. Class dismissed.